Alright, what is going on, you guys? This is Pitsgate, and before I get into the video, I would also like to say that this is a request from Slade Feather. I played with him yesterday, and he asked me to do a couple of character in-depth episodes. And these are going to be completely unedited, no intros, no outro, nothing like that, just going to go straight into this. Because these are going to be like 30 minutes long, because I'm going to try to cover every variation and everything that I know about the variation. So Kang, his dash speed is very fast actually. Same thing with his run speed. His back dash speed, it's good. Well, you know, his front dash, it covers up so much space. You can look at that. You run in from full screen and you're pretty much a little bit past mid. Back to where you guys originally were when you first started the match, but important normals for Kang. Up 4, I don't usually use up 4, but it is safe on block and it's launcher and you can combo off of it. Back 1, armor breaks. Down 1 is 9 frames. Back 2, hard hitting knockdown that hits overhead. Forward 3, but it's essentially useless because you have forward 4, which goes into a combo. Important strings 111 and 112 are safe on block, although I don't really use them. Back 3-4 has the most chip damage out of every string that isn't safe on safe on block. Forward 2-1-3 is safe on block and also a main pressure string, and you can combo off of it. I will be showing that later. You can combo off of it in, I believe, every variation. I don't know for sure. Don't quote me on that. I believe that's about it. 113. Oh yeah, 113 is one of your bread and butter things. It is safe on block, but you can armor through the gap between the second hit and the kick, and all opponents will try to reversal through that if you're playing against a bot. So, Dragon's Fire. Dragon's Fire has a bicycle kick EX, which basically pops the opponent up and hits overhead. And if you do it about, I'd say, no less than 50%, you can connect an NJP, but you need to be holding up at the point where you press R2. So hold up now, and then that way when you jump up, you can instantly do your NJP. I think it's the same thing for instant air fireballs, although they are harder to do, so I'm not even going to attempt those. You gain a fireball that you can charge up and dash out of. If you dash, you know, you save a lot of your stamina, and you can just dash up and grab. You know, you can do something like that. Or you can run up and grab, which is a lot faster, but it wastes more of your stamina. But, you know, if the grab connects, you will regain all your stamina. And you can combo off of this run cancel. So you can combo off of 4-4-4 into run cancel into another 4-4-4, but it is insanely hard. And as you can see, I'm kind of failing to do this. Come on. This is possible. I literally did this. I believe it's only in Duelist. Yeah, I believe it's only in Duelist, because you go just a bit too far for this. Yeah. But you can back 1-2 into forward 4, 4-2-1 into forward 4. That's possible. Come on. Come on. There you go. 1-1 is possible. 1-1-2. 1-1-1, of course. What? Come on. I don't think 1-1-1 is actually possible. That's interesting. You know, your fingers, you gotta learn how your fingers don't, you know, stick together like glue. Okay, apparently you can't do it with 1-1-1. But you can do it with 1-1-2, and that makes absolutely no sense. Okay. You can also do back 3-4. You know, but you have to cancel the second hit, and then you can combo off of that. I think. I didn't really do that much research on run cancels. Come on! This has to be possible. There you go. Okay, so you have your low starter, right? Forward 4 or forward 3 into a run cancel. Although you can't cancel forward 3 into forward 4-4, I believe you can cancel into forward 1-2, or into forward, yeah. You can't cancel into forward 4, but you can cancel it into forward 1. What is this string? I believe it's like up, Oh, what is it? Oh, it's X. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, forward 4-4 is your main low starter. You can just throw out a couple mids and then go for the low. Or you can just throw out a couple mids and then go for an overhead knockdown. But in this variation only, this is your overhead starter. It costs 1 bar, but it does help. And, yeah, you can kind of pop them up, but I wouldn't recommend that you do this after you've juggled them. You know, just 4-4-4 into bicycle kick is a bread and butter. And you can kind of just end it, and then just wait a bit, do 3, and then do that, and then cancel it into a bicycle kick, 35% 1 bar, just like that. Another overhead starter is 1-1-3, although, you know, when your opponent is blocking, let's go into stance, and then we go into duck, or not jump. If they duck, the second hit will whiff, or both of them will whiff, actually. If they're ducking, but then if they block... Oh, he is blocking. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, you see, the first 2 will hit, which will pretty much make you vulnerable to a poke or a reversal or anything like that. So, pretty much just go for lows, you know. You can do the run cancels, and there is a variation-specific combo. You can combo off of a 4-2-1-3 in the corner, like this. And when you're in the corner with all variations, except for Flame Fist, you're gonna want to end with a, like, if you pop the opponent up and you're juggling them, you're probably gonna want to end in a grab. Oh, it was a bit too late. Because then you'll be able to not only get your stamina back, but you can grab reset and go for like a low, or you can grab reset and go for an overhead, or grab reset and then go for another grab. You know, it's meant to throw your opponent off of focus, and it is possible to combo off of it, so you can kind of play mind games with them. If you throw out 1-1-3 a lot, you can grab reset 1-1 and then run cancel that into 4-4. You know, it's all technicality with this character, you know. You can bait them into thinking that you're going to do 1-1-3 and then just go like that. And that will force them to block standing, and you can, you know, open them up through the legs, you know. Low fireball is essentially useless unless you want to combo off of this and like mid-screen or something. Dragon's Fist, I forgot about this. It's -2 on block, so it's extremely safe. Same, EX is -3, I believe. It's a really good wake up, a really good reversal, and it's also really good to end a lot of strings with. So like if you do like 2-1, oh, you can also, yeah, 4-2-1-3. You can end it with either a low fireball or a Dragon's Roar. I don't think it causes a hard knockdown, but no, it's easier. I need a minute. You can cancel it in the Dragon's Roar and then you can run up, or you can do it in the low fireball and then you can also run up. But you know, it's personal preference. But you know, the Dragon's Fire is safer than a fireball. That's -20. The EX version of the fireball does not. You can charge it. You can dash out of it. It's a big waste of meter though. But you know, it's pretty much instantaneous if you don't hold square, compared to this where you just kind of gotta wait a little. EX version. I think you can do the EX version in the air. Come on. There you go. It's the EX version. Basically, just, you know, be technical with your run cancels, and if you guys don't know how to run cancel, if you hold square and dash forward, you cancel the fireball, so when you dash forward, also press R2 to run. That's pretty much a very simple guide on run canceling. That's pretty much about it for Dragon's Fire. Oh, and also his Dragon's Kick hits twice. You can EX it after the first hit, and you can EX it again. It's a really bad waste of meter, though. I wouldn't recommend that you do it. Although, you know, you can EX it into a bicycle kick, and then you can EX that bicycle kick from the Dragon's Kick into the cartwheel thing. I believe that Dragon's Fire does the most damage, you know. A lot of the other ones, they're a bit more focused on pressure. When this one, you don't really have to apply pressure. You could just go for straight damage. Like, there you go. 36%, 1 bar. You can also do like a 1-1-2 after 1-1-2 before that. And I think you get a little bit more damage. Come on. Yeah, oh no, same amount of damage. But it's a nice hit confirm, you know. Dragon Fire cancels are a nice hit confirm, and also they can be used to mix up your opponent. And you can do forward 4, then run cancel on a 1-1-3, or you can do 1-1, forward 4, cancel on a 1-1, forward 4, cancel on a 1-1. And if your opponent just keeps on blocking it for no apparent reason, you can just go forward, go for like another run cancel, and then after the second one, you can dash cancel it, I believe. So if we run up, and you can just do a dash cancel and go for a grab, get your stamina back, and just restart the entire mix-up process again. You know, it's just stuff like that. It's you know, Dragon's Fire is not that hard to master, and you do get some good damage out of it. Okay, simple bread and butter combo that I will show in every single variation, although it is a bit different in Flame Fist. 1-1-3, back 3-4, forward 4, cancel on a bicycle kick. Or not bicycle kick, Dragon's kick. Although you can cancel it into bicycle kick if you like, but like right here, if you're going into the corner, cancel it into bicycle kick and go for a grab. Get more damage out of it, and then you're also, you know, you can do it up. Okay, that's about it for Dragon's Fire. Now we're gonna go into Flame Fist. So, Flame Fist is kind of like Dragon's Fire, though he doesn't have the emo tattoos on his face. And his gloves are red. So, Flame Fist, he gains some new special moves like back 3-4-2 and let me check. That's how irrelevant they are. 4-4-2. Okay. So you lose your bicycle kick. So that means that if you do want to do your bread and butter and end it with a bicycle kick, you can still do it, but the thing is you can't do forward 4-4. You have to do forward 4 into the windmill kick or the windmill punch. Yeah, it's called a windmill punch now. Although you can like do forward 4-4 into a windmill punch on the ground. If you do your basic bread and butter, you do forward 4-4, you see your windmill punch is just gonna whiff because you push them away whenever you do that 4-4. So just do 4-4-4 and then cancel it into low fireball, which is the same input as Dragon's Fire, down back 3. His fireball now no longer requires any startup, and the EX version is -2 on block, so it is safe. Now, the thing about Flame Fist is that he has insane amounts of chip damage. Like, I shit you guys not. Like, look at his health bar, and I'm just going to do the windmill punch. Not the... Although it is unsafe on block, I'm going to end it with the Dragon's Roar, which just adds 2% of chip, but it makes the entire string safe. So, windmill punch into Dragon's Roar, I think that's called. Yes, and then we just look at his health bar and look at how much chip damage he takes. Look at that. That's insane. I think it's like... we can actually check. It's 3.6% damage on chip. I think that's inaccurate, but that's still a lot of chip, man. You know, that's a lot of chip. And you can mix up your opponent by going for a low. You can cancel, you know, this is special cancelable, so just a heads up. His flying kick is only 1 hit this time. EX version has this little hit afterwards, and you can still special cancel it. I don't want to do it. I don't want it to be auto. And you pop up your opponent when you do it, so you can also do a Dragon's Roar after in the corner. You can do a normal fireball if you just, you know, use it as a reversal. Low fireball for the most. You know, it's pretty much just, I never recommend that you do it, just because it's pretty much a waste of meter, in my opinion. But if you want to do it, then so be it. Now, here's where it gets insane. Down 1 puts his fists on fire, which gives you increased damage and chip damage. So now look at his bar, his health bar. Look at that. Look at the amount of chip he is taking. Is that not insane? And the EX version, it does pretty much the same thing. It just lasts a bit longer, and it does the same amount of chip damage and everything like that. But the EX version has like absolute, it's like instant recovery time. So you can do like 4-4-3 and then do it into the EX. And there you go, that's a little bit extra chip, and it's also a pressure strain. Because they might just release block thinking that they'll be able to reversal through that, and they'll just completely eat that. I can actually show you guys that. I'll go for like back 2-1, right, back 2-1. And they're still gonna block high. So if I could do that and I do EX, look at that. That's 26% damage just for failing to, you know, block low. And there you go, that's 31. 32 actually. And also, it also makes your fireballs a lot stronger. You see that did 7%, that did 7%, that does 10.5%, that does 10.5%. And pretty much all your hit attacks do extra damage. So, Liu Kang, he does not really have that many combos in Flame Fist. I mean, he does, but it's just the main game with Flame Fist is that you're gonna want to go for chip damage and, you know, be up in your face. You can also zone him out if you want to, you know, with just these fireballs. And if he jumps up, then you just jump up and do a fireball, you know. And also, I save this because I think it's the best one. You have a parry in here, and you can parry down ones and any mid or high attack. So let's go into reversal. Oh, but you cannot parry X-rays. Let's just do a throw, right? It's gonna reversal a throw. I'm gonna cancel the windmill punch into a parry, just like that. So 4-4-4 and a windmill punch into parry. All right, here we go. Parried. 13%, just like that. And you can EX it too. Right when you smacks his foot down, hold R2. There you go, 21%. And the best part about it is, unlike Scorpion's, or not Scorpion, Sub-Zero's, unlike his Barrier Frost, or it's not his Barrier Frost, it's his stupid ice shield that he pulls up, it can block teleports. And armored teleports. Although he can't block lows or jump-ins. That's one thing that he can't block. And also, if you just wait a little bit, you're pretty much fucked like that. But yeah, like I said, you can just do that, and then if they try to reversal with like a punch or anything, or a throw, you know, or even a teleport, they're literally just gonna get shit on. So that's about it with Flame Fist. The game plan doesn't really change at all. Now, we're gonna go into Duelist, and Duelist actually has a lot of shit to talk about. So, if you can cancel any special move into the switch stance that Duelist has, it's safe. Guaranteed, it is safe. So, I'm gonna do 4-1. You know, that's safe on block, right? But then if I do the switch stance, it's safer. You see, I got to block faster because of recovery time. The recovery time, okay, let me explain this, right? 4-2-1-3, right? It has a 36 recovery time, right? The Light Metamorphosis has a 22 recovery time. 22 compared to a 36 recovery time. That is what, 14 extra frames? So it's like 14 frames on block, so you're completely safe. And it has a startup of 1, so let's take 1 off. That's 13. And here's the beauty of it, right? If I want to do a 4-2-1-3 and I want to jump after that, I won't be able to because the recovery frames aren't enough to make sure that I can ensure jump afterwards, right? If I do the switch stance, I can jump. 4-4-4, switch stance, safe, but you know, it's still safe on its own. But I don't think I can jump afterwards. Nope, can't jump afterwards. Do the switch stance, you can jump over it. 4-3-4. You can jump after it, but, you know, if it's not without the switch stance, you'll literally get caught. Every time, too. Switch stance, you can jump over. Back 1-2, don't even bother. You see, if I try to jump, back 1-2, can't do it. If I try to do that, nope, can't do it. But it is safe on block. If you literally end any string that you can think of with the switch stance, you're completely safe on block. If you can cancel it, you can't cancel like back 2 into switch stance. So enough of that. Oh, I still have reversal mode on. So here we go. Liu Kang Duelist, he's pretty much just all about that pressure, you know what I'm saying? You can connect forward 4 into the switch stance into another forward 4, it's very hard. You pretty much have to do it instantaneously. This is possible. No, this is possible. I did this, I swear I did this once. This is possible. Come on. Oh, but you can't do like 4-2-1 into 4-4 back. It's pretty much like Liu Kang's Fireball, cancel, and Dragon's Fire. But your main string for your combo is this. 4-4-4 and a bicycle kick, and that gives them a restand, and then you're allowed to redo pressure. So let me just show you the pressure, and then I'll explain it, okay? So after this, you do the restand, and there you go. That's safe. You can go back in. Or, oh, shit. You can do this, and then you're safe. And you can do this. And then you can run up and grab because they're still going to block because of that red ball, and there you go. That's a very simple pressure. So basically, whenever you do a bicycle kick, you leave them restanding if it hits. So they'll instantly block afterwards. And since this starts off mid, all these attacks are mid, they're going to take this chip. And the EX Solar Flare is absolutely, it's 15 frames on block, the EX one. So after you do this, you could just pretty much just do an EX Solar Flare and you're safe on block. Or if you're in the Dark Metamorphosis, you can do an EX Soul Spear and then just do that, and it will instantly explode. Okay, let me try to explain this. So let's go into always. Don't do low solar flare or regular solar flare because they are unsafe from block. Just do EX and you can run up and grab. Or you can run up, do a 4-4-4. Or you can also do 4-4-4 and do that too. I mean, it's a low mix-up. Sorry for the stuttering. It is a low mix-up. And then, you know, you can kind of do that. You can also cancel this into that and then just go like that. Stopping the soul spear is really hard. First you have to do it like a fireball, and then you have to do down, back, square. And the frame data, no, okay? If you stop the spear, you do not get a 2-second block advantage, okay? I guarantee that. Although I think that's what happens when you hit it, because let me try to explain this. I don't know if they messed up on it or not. Like, here's the thing. Like, you go into the EX and then it's just minus 58 on both, you see? Oh my gosh, I keep on resetting. Always have to switch stance. You see, I don't think that's 2 seconds of frame advantage game. But you pretty much, you kind of just go for, you never do the bicycle kick raw when they're blocking because you're just going to get either uppercutted or full combo punished. So you're just going to like 4-2-1-3, switch stance, 4-4-4, and if they're still blocking, do a soul spear and grab. If you're landing on the Dark Metamorphosis, you could tell. You know, you can see that it does like this yin-yang variation with his hands whenever you switch stances, but you can see the color, so you would know what you're going for. But just do, the thing is, the buff makes it so now you can do his pressure endlessly as long as you have meters. So, for example, alright, hold on. You get the idea, basically. Let's do EX that, right? And then run up and then do a switch stance and then do that and then do the soul spear and do that. You get the idea, basically, right? I think you get the idea. Essentially, Duelist does not really have a lot of combos. Duelist is all about keeping that pressure, keeping your opponent guessing. And, you know, throw over those back two. If they keep on blocking low after you do the switch stance, like, you know, if you do that and then you switch the stance and then you go for the low again, just stop if they block it. You know, just stop it right here. You are safe on block. And you can't do it, like, really quickly afterwards. You see, I'm going to try to switch stance right after this. I'm not going to be able to because I just switched stances. So, just wait, or, you know, if you really want to, you can do the soul spear and then just run up and grab. Or you can cancel it into a back two. It like I said, the recovery time is literally instantaneous with this, so you can do a free back two and just knock them to the ground. Also, if they're blocking, you can just grab right afterwards and they will not be able to do anything about it unless if they duck instantly afterwards. Now here's the thing. You may think you're like this overpowered god whenever you're doing this pressure, right? No, you're really not. The thing is, like, you can, okay, so you can either fuck up on the soul spear and then just waste your meter. That's one thing. Or your opponent can just simply do this. Hold on, let me go into controlling player 2. And then let me change the AI to... Shit. Right? Oh shit, it's low. You can just do a down one after it and instantly interrupt the pressure. Like that. Or you can armor through. But if you try to like do like a normal through it, you're not going to make it. Oh, well, if you do like one or something, you know, but usually you're blocking low because you're expecting another low. You know, usually you'll get caught if you try to do it, but you know, you can't like special move through it. You'll trade, I believe. You'll have to armor. You'll be forced to either armor through it or down one through it. So that's the only weakness that Duelist has. Or you can just break and, you know, completely crush his spirits. You see, there you go. But you kind of gotta time it. But, you know, eventually you'll get used to it. It's not the hardest thing in the world to interrupt Liu Kang's pressure. It's just not a lot of people think they can do it because they get, like, discouraged because they mistime their down one. Right? They mistime this, and then they just get, you know, the entire full combo eaten, and then the pressure starts over and over and over and over and over again. I think you can also do a down 3. Yeah, you can also do a down 3. I don't know about down 4. Yeah, you see down 4. Down 1 or down 3, depending on your frame data. But basically, okay, we're gonna stop that. Yeah, but you know, you can interrupt the pressure. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's a bit hard. But other than that, you know, you're good. You're good. You don't. You know, this character is all about pressure, and that's why I like him, because he's one of the hardest to master. And it's very, very easy. Like, the pressure, it's there, but it's so simple to just interrupt, just down one, and you're done. Also, if you have him in the corner, you could do 4-2-1-3 and cancel it into EX Fireball. 4-2-1-3 and then just do EX Fireball. You see it doesn't hit here, but in the corner it does, and then you can do 4-4-4 and then do the bicycle kick, and there you go. Then you can do the bicycle kick, and then you can do a grab afterwards. And then if they wake up, just do back 1-2 into that. And then you could just start your pressure all over again in the corner this time. You know. Oh, and also, Yin has this stupid healing thing, which is down back 3, and you can dash cancel it, but other than that, it's utterly useless. You can't combo off of it just because the recovery time. Like, the startup frames, you won't combo off of it. Did I just combo off of it? There's no way. No, I did not. Okay, good. Yeah, but you guys get the idea, right? But in Dark Metamorphosis, you get this super awesome charge up where, you know how your bread and butter was 29%? Yeah, now it's 43. Is that not insane? Okay, so if you go into mid-screen, into the corner, and then you do a bicycle kick instead of a dragon's kick, and you connect an uppercut with it, boom, 52%. Half of their life is gone. You could pretty much just do this, and then do an X-ray, and you'll pretty much close out a lot of games with this. Oh wait, hold on. It's just 4-4. Oh my gosh, come on. Just look at the damage, man. Just look at how insane that is. Also, I would never recommend that you do his X-ray like mid-game or anything. Just don't. Unless if you know how to close out the game, then just don't do it. Also, if you're in the corner, you can also get some pressure going, right? So, don't finish the combo and then just do a soul spear, right? And then just keep him blocking and stuff like that. Then you can just go for a grab, right? So let's say you're getting your pressure game on. You can also just 4-2-1 if you want to keep them near you. You can do 4-2-1 and then just cancel that. You know, so that way you don't launch them on accident, but I really don't give a shit. You know, extra chip damage. And if I knock them down, you know, it'll just be better for all of us. If I knock them down, then I'll just be able to get a free run-up. Although I am susceptible to wake-ups, I can just break them. Oh, wait. Yeah, I gotta do that. I just, you know, you gotta do the switch stance and then you can run up and, you know, just be there to armor break. But yeah, that's about it, you guys. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe. I am going to be doing one on Johnny Cage and Scorpion next. I hope I explained as much as I can in detail. Like I said, there's not really a lot of combos. I can try one with Kang. It's not really the easiest in the world. You see, I already fucked it up. Shit. Come on. Come on, dude. This is possible. Really? But basically, you do the kick and... now I feel inclined to show you guys. Okay, fuck it, whatever. But yeah, if you guys want to see any more character breakdowns, I do know most of the roster. I will probably be able to teach you guys. Like, for all variations, not just one. I can do Kenshi, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Takeda. Not Cassie, but Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Kenshi, Aaron Black. I just did Liu Kang. Kotal, I could do Kotal. Leatherface, kind of. Jason, definitely. Jax. Johnny Cage. And I believe that's about it. But yeah, if you guys want to see any more character breakdowns, what I know, request them in the comment section below. I know these are very long videos, but you know, some people they want to know. So thank you guys so much for watching. It's been Bitscape. And shout out to Slade Feather for making me actually make this video. So yeah, talk to you guys in my next video. Peace.